questions for each team. Week 13, this is from ESPN.com. Is Joe Flacco the answer now at quarterback? It's unclear if the Browns will turn back to DTR or roll with Flacco from here on out. If it's the latter and Flacco can play this well going forward, the Browns will have an excellent chance at making the playoffs. Scott, I don't know about your opinion. We haven't really talked about it. I get DTR as a developmental guy. This is not the time nor the position. Browns aren't in the position to develop it. They have a chance to not only make the playoffs, but if things go right for them and they win, they could end up hosting a game. And I think with Flacco, just because of the arm talent, and they have a puncher's chance against anybody if their defense can get right with Joe Flacco at quarterback.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And, would the experience be valuable for DTR? Certainly. But he's got some experience. He started 3 games this year. If and when the Browns need to go to him next year or down the road or even later in this year, he's got that experience. So, every game would be helpful from a personal perspective, but it certainly does not supersede what you're trying to do with the team. And to me, Flacco, as soon as they signed Flacco to the practice squad, it felt like, okay, eventually he's going to get a chance. Now that he got the chance, because of the concussion to DTR in Denver, you're going to have to stick with him until he gets hurt or until the bottom falls out or they're out of the playoffs, out of the race, right? I think you just got to stick with Flacco. And I thought Stefanski made an interesting point, or a relevant point, is that defenses have to play Flacco honest because his arm talent. That should open up things in the run game. But we didn't see that all. It didn't work every time yesterday. The Browns had some difficulties running the ball. But if he's out there, defenses have to cover the width of the field and the length of the field. And that just was not the case when DTR was a quarterback.
Yeah, and you saw that on that drive before the one where he had the turnover. They were playing some 2 high safeties, and that's when they were able to run the ball. When they played the split safeties, and my guess is that was the decision. There's a read. Numbers in the box. If they play 2 safeties, we're running it. If it's 1, we're throwing it.
Yeah, right. That's how teams operate, right? If you get the 7 in the box or the 8, whatever the numbers, whatever that math is. And I don't know and I know Joe Flacco knows how to adjust to that, right? And to check into the run. And I don't know and I don't know this, but it felt like in Denver, DTR didn't run it in some of those light boxes. And maybe that's just made my observations wrong. But when Kevin Stefanski talked about some reads and some this and that from DTR, I thought maybe he'd been referring to that because I thought he had some chances to run it and they threw it. And I just don't think you have that issue with Flacco. He knows how to do that.